All right, good morning. 2012 Subaru Impreza, or it could be the Crosstrek, and actually at this stance it's probably the height of the Crosstrek. But we're gonna go ahead and change the CVT fluid. We're gonna do a drain infill, and so let's get started. Right here, you notice that this side is raised more than this side. Well, and that's because I need it leveled. So here's my big old level that I put underneath. And if I look at that, you see where the bubble is? That's leveled. So I jacked it up in the front first, and then I use my jacks on this side. I guess my hydraulic jack. And then these are loose. These are just for in case. And then on the other side, I have the same thing. My hydraulic jack. It's a bigger one. And then I lifted it from the front. This one's loose. This one's just in case. All right. So that's how to set it up. It's good to have this system, and it's got to be leveled. So let's keep going. Okay, I'm looking back. The rear wheels. And so just want to let you know, it says differential fluid, so that's definitely not what we want. Here's the pan. That's a CVT pan. I believe that's 15 mils. I'm not sure. It looks about 15 millimeter, but go ahead and take that out. And then I'm gonna try there. That is where an 8 millimeter. I'm gonna try to do this with the camera. Would fit, and that's gonna be our fill. And to fill, it's going to be a little bit tough. We're going to have to probably get a pump. I don't see it maybe come through the tire well. But anyway, okay, so we got to identify where the CVT is. Pan, drain plug, fill plug. So first things first, it was 14 millimeter, not 15. I used my breaker bar, and it just loosened up right away. So I've seen some people really have a tough time, but a simple breaker bar. Oops. A simple breaker bar did it, and after that it's kind of loose. Yeah, there it goes. So not much to it. 14 millimeter though. All right, so here's the moment of truth. I took some out, and let's see if it'll. Right here it's 4.5, and then I went to the other one, and it was a whole quart plus almost another fourth of a quart. So it's 4.5 plus 1, that's 5.5. So it's 5.5 quarts, and then maybe another fourth. So that's how much oil, CVT fluid came out. And that's the important number to remember. So you're gonna need 6 quarts to fill it back up. All right, 2012 Subaru Impreza, just changed the CVT fluid. And a couple issues. First of all, let's get this over with. The drain plug is 22.9 foot-pounds. It tightened very nicely, and the filler plug was 36.9 foot-pounds. Those, they got on really well and tightened very well. Now, for the problem, I was able to drain and fill. If you remember, it was about 5 quarts and a little bit more, like a 1/16 of a quart. So anyway, I put in 4 quarts, and then it didn't want to take it. So then I drove it around for just a little bit, and then I was able to put another quart in, and then I needed this much, as you can see it. So it's about a quart of a quart, or a 1/16. And so, anyway, then I took it on the highway, drove it around. It feels really good, but when I got back and took the drain plug off, it was full. It would not take any more. So I know I took 5 quarts and this little bit out. And so I wanted to put 5 quarts and this little bit in. But right now I was able to just put the 5 quarts in. Now I guess, that's okay, compared to, there's 13 quarts that it takes. So that little bit is probably okay. But I always like to put in what I took out. So I'll be looking around the internet. If you have any comments as to, you know, maybe I'll drive it around for another couple days and then try to put it. So, but if you have any comments or any hints as to why I can't fit that other little bit in, I'd appreciate it. And as always, please subscribe and comment below. This is really part 2 of this video. Okay, so last time I was putting the CVT fluid, it does not have any kind of dipstick over here, and that's the light down there. So it's a closed or sealed system, and I put in the CVT fluid, and I wasn't able to put in as much as I took out. In fact, here's what I have left. So it's a little more than half a quart that I was low. Now half a quart, it's not that bad, but it is not full. The trick was, and I should have known this, understanding how transmissions work, that the transmission, and I'm getting down there, has to be warm and it has to be running. And so what I did was the car was not running. So here, let's check this fluid, and it has to be between 85 and 100, 85 and 105 or something like that. So it's at 91. So the fluid is at 91. And now, let me get underneath. Over there, I'm gonna aim to see. Okay, I'm gonna aim over there, right underneath, and of course that's 35, which is pretty good. Here we go. I'm aiming it right there. I'm at 95, which is perfect. You want to be in the 90s. And I'll get you the exact, I think it's 85 to 105, so that's perfect. So the temperature is fine. Now, of course, today, it was close to 90 something degrees. So in other words, I expect that temperature because the car's been sitting. So now the trick is to open it up while the car is running and pump in that much CVT. When it was not running, it basically stopped accepting the fluid, and so I couldn't put any more in. And that's what started this conversation, like, whoa, why can't more go in if I know I need that much more? And so I'm gonna turn the car on and pump that in, and hopefully it goes in. So I'll let you know what I find out. So guess what? It took it all in. So yeah, I should have known better. You need to have the engine on like a regular transmission when you're checking it. And so once the engine was on, it took the rest of this, and then I tried to, just put a little bit more in, and it started falling. So that was the exact amount. Okay, I torqued it down, but I've seen people use this, and I bought it, and it says it can fit anything. And well, guess what? It doesn't. And anyway, I've seen other ones take forever. You know what? I got this at Harbor Freight, this little transfer. You have to get another person, and they were pumping while I was putting in, and it went quickly. So forget all these specialized pumps. Just get one of these. I think it was like a couple bucks, $6, $7, $8, $9, I don't know, at Harbor Freight. But anyway, that was the trick. And sure enough, it took the rest of the fluid right at where it needs to be. The car was on. It was, now remember, today was 100 degrees, and right now it's like 90 degrees still out here. So obviously that helps. If you're doing this in the middle of winter, you might have a tough time. If it's 70 degrees outside, you're gonna have to let it warm up, and you're gonna have to put the bottles in some hot water and get them up to 90, 99, 100 degrees. But if you're in the middle of a heat wave, you should change out your CVT fluid for a 2012 Impreza. All right. Good luck with your... okay, one more thing. I checked when you should change that, and basically never. It never calls to change your CVT fluid.
after at least up to 120,000 miles. And then after that, I guess the if you take it into maintenance, they'll tell you. But when I took it out, it was dirty, and it only has 50,000 miles. So even though it's a sealed system, you're not supposed to change it. It's supposed to last forever. 50,000 miles, and it was already getting kind of dark. So it is not a hard job. It's not easy once you know that you have to have it on, have it at 100 degrees, and use a nice pump. But a lot of people are saying, well, you don't have to do that till 120. Or some people, I've never changed it. Well, at 50,000, I can tell you it was getting dark, and so I like changing it, and so I'll probably do it in another 30,000 miles. All right. If you have any questions, comments, go ahead and put them below, and I'll try to answer them and help you out, just like you help me out. And remember to subscribe.